Today I'm going to be taking you through how I made my enchilada pie. Now, I posted this enchilada pie on social media maybe a week ago, and y'all had questions asking for a recipe. I don't really have a recipe, and there's a million ways you can make this. That's a great thing about it. You can use leftovers, whatever you have already cooked. Yeah, so I'm going to take you through kind of how I made it now. I'm making it different this time than I did last time. I'm going to use ground beef today, and last time I used venison. Actually, we had some from Dave's cousin Billy, so thank you for that. It was delicious. This time I'm using beef. You can use chicken, you can use pork. Maybe you already have some pork or chicken cooked in the fridge. This would be the perfect leftover situation for that. Also, I'm using both green and red enchilada sauce because we can't make up our minds. We go for the mild because we're wimpy over here, but if you like heat, go for hot. I'm using garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and salt. I would probably use a little cumin, but Dave's not a fan of that flavor, so I omit it, and it's delicious without. So you can use chili powder, you can add cayenne, you can add hot sauce, whatever floats your boat. Shredded cheese, of course. I've got Colby, so I'm just using that. And I have some leftover tortillas that have been in the fridge a bit, but this is the perfect way to use leftover tortillas. We picked these up in Texas, and they were made in the supermarket we were in. The people were making them as we bought them. So they were fresh at the time, but they're no longer fresh. But again, this is a perfect way to use leftover tortillas. You know, they kind of get dry and they're not so great to make tacos out of anymore because they crack and crumble. Perfect way to use those up. So first thing I'm going to do is brown the meat. So that's our first step. Okay, I've got the beef fully cooked. I use 93.7 just for reference, but you could use whatever you like. We just don't like all that fat in there, and I actually did remove some of the liquid after cooking as well. So that's just what I use. Now I'm going to be adding my seasonings and cook that down a little bit with the spices on there. And then I'm going to be adding some enchilada sauce straight to the burger and letting that kind of meld together for a little while longer in the pan. When I put the seasonings in, I just measure with my heart. Don't like garlic, don't use garlic. Don't like onion, don't use onion. Put in as little or as much as you like. That's the beauty of this. Just do your thing. Is it going to be good? Yeah, you my helper? Good girl. Okay, the burger is done. I let that simmer together probably 10-15 minutes, and I probably used about a half a can of 28-ounce enchilada sauce. You can do more and just simmer it longer. You could do less, simmer it less, whatever you want to do. And it really doesn't matter because we're going to be adding enchilada sauce as we assemble anyway, so if it's overly wet, who cares? I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit. For some reason, I don't like to assemble when it's hot. It's gonna be like lasagna of sorts, how we get this together. So I'm gonna let the meat cool just slightly before I start assembling. Okay, it's assembly time. Okay, as you can see, I did sauce, tortilla, meat, cheese, sauce randomly, several layers. I used 2 pounds of ground beef for this, and this is a small pan. So you can use as much or as little as you want. If you want to make a vegetarian one, just use beans. whatever you want to do. Again, that's the theme here. Do whatever you want to do. You could do a big casserole dish and just have this in the fridge and pop it in the oven right before dinner. So I've preheated the convection oven to 400. I'm not sure how long this is gonna cook. I don't remember how long I cooked it last time, but I'm gonna say probably 50 minutes or so. Let's give that a try. All right, hope she turns out. We gotta let that cool. It's time to dig into this thing. It's firmed up quite nicely. Actually, I thought it might have had too much liquid, but since it's cooled a little bit, it really... Let's dig in and see what this looks like. Dave's going in with surgical precision. It does cut like a pie. We'll see if it scoops out like a pie. Here it goes. Gotta get it all on there.
Oh, who am I kidding?
Oh, he's doubling down. Oh, look at that. I got a pie slice.
Yeah, you did that better than I did.
Check that out. This is gonna be delicious. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the first layer of tortillas, I had 4, and the second layer of tortillas, I only had 3, but that's because I only had 7 tortillas, so I just went with what I had. We do have all these extras today. Onion, I got some lime, avocado, cilantro. You can have this or you cannot have this. Last time I made it, we had none of this, so it doesn't matter. It's still delicious. We got sour cream. We got some Taco Bell mild sauce. I'm classing it up with this. Okay?
Classy.
So, let's do this.
All right, so a little bit of sour cream.
Sure.
Ooh.
Why not?
A little bit of Taco Bell.
Yep. I'm going to do some onion. I'm just going to do everything. So that is how I roll.
I see on the camera you just put like one little piece of enchilada on your plate.
Oh, you know I'm going back for more. Embarrassingly, last time I made this, there was like maybe this much left out of that whole pie pan. It was just like one tiny serving left. So sometimes it's just too good. You can't, woo! Can't stop. Now something really amazing happens while this bakes in the oven. Because of all the enchilada sauce, those tortillas really absorb, and it ends up tasting almost like what's the word I'm like? Tamales.
Tamales.
Yes. It gets that really corn soft. Yes, it really takes on a tamale taste with that soft corn. So
may I?
Do it. I'm gonna dig in myself. You gotta get a little bit of everything.
So much got that tamale thing.
So there you have it. As you can see, there's not really a recipe. You just use whatever you have on hand. Now I did have 2 large cans of enchilada sauce, and I had a lot left over, but that's okay. I use that all the time, so I just stored it in the fridge, and then I'll use it down the road somewhere. Speaking of down the road, next time you see us, we are going to be driving, is it one of the world's most
dangerous highways.
So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoy. If you try this, let me know how it turns out, and let me know what ingredients you use. Use chicken or beef or pork. All right, see you down the road. Carry on.
Carry on.
I'm back. One thing I forgot to mention, I did cook it the full 50 minutes, and it was perfect. So I don't know, I guess that's the magic number. 50 minutes. And then the trick is to let it cool. Just like a lasagna, you can't eat it straight out of the oven. It needs to tighten up a little bit. All right. Talk to you later. Carry on.
Thanks for watching.
And a very special thank you to our patrons for supporting our channel. Join us over on Patreon for extra videos and more content. Check out our website or Amazon for our pistol book. Carry on.
Carry on.